Okay. Ohanasu konasu nasapu 7756歳の猫ビツバ7松ナス祭りと申します。Nass up, everybody. Nass up. Surfenny Waffles, Groons, Maxter, AB, Bex. Today we're gonna be learning some. Today I only have about, well, I have about an hour, but I'm gonna try to keep the lesson to like maybe 40 minutes or less. I just want to. I have some work to get done, but hopefully I can at least get to these 2 grammar points. If we have some time, maybe I'll get some other stuff in. Hey Grim, what's up? Not here to learn, just here to goof off and then cheat. Where's my paddle? Where is my paddle? This there. Alright, so, as the title suggests, the 2 points that we're going to be going over today are Hazu and Nani Nakucha. So, Hazu is should. It basically, let me put this on the other layer. It basically kind of follows the same exact rules as English should, except we just place it at the end of verbs. I'll get into that a little bit more. Nakucha is I should do this. I should do equals, so we're not confused with different letters and stuff, right? Nakucha is have to, or must. So they're kind of similar, like kind of like a you should do this, you have to do this. But should is a little bit more versatile, and we'll get into that. I mean, just the same way that should is versatile in English. Hazu nano. Okay. So let me this here. So a little bit of vocab before we start. So I'm sure this is vocabulary words I'm sure that you've have seen, given that you guys are VTuber fans, right? This is whoops, wrong kanji to start. There we go. This is Haishin. Haishin is stream. If you want to seem like a super weeb or something, you can call it delivery. It's like delivery in the sense that it's like a content delivery. You'll often see JP VTubers use like machine translation for Haishin, and they'll say like, oh, like delivery will be tomorrow. Got called out, yeah. Fucking weaves. So yeah, if you ever want to impersonate maybe like a Japanese viewer on somebody's stream that doesn't necessarily speak Japanese, yeah, you can always make some random ass Japanese name for your username, and then say, "I very much love this delivery." Here's another one. This is, let me just make sure I'm getting this kanji correct, because there's a lot of kanji that look like this. Yeah, okay. This is sha. It's usually a suffix, and it denotes like a person. This kind of in the same way that in English we would use like when it comes to like a noun. So in you'll see like haishin, like stream, haishinsha, streamer. Let me see. What other words do we have? I see people call Mio from Miosha. Miosha is different than this sha. Miosha is just like a cute name to, or a cute little suffix for, you know, like for san, or like chan, sa, shan, sha. Yeah. Oh, adventure. Thank you, Sir Fanny. Yeah, Boken is adventure. We might as well put. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna use Boken in any of the examples, but we might as well learn it, right? Boken. Adventure. And then yes, Bokensha is adventurer. You've probably heard that in a bunch of anime, especially isekai ones. Bokensha ni naritai. Okay. And then just lastly, actually maybe two more words. So this is something you'll often see with VTubers, especially if you follow them from the start. This is shu, eki, ka. Monetization. Oh, I fucking don't have enough room for this shit. Monetization. Very specific word. I've never actually used this word in any of my Japanese at all until I started watching VTubers. But Nasu's Sinister Adventure. Shopkeeper. I think, let me think. What would shopkeeper be in Japanese? Yeah, I don't think shopkeeper would. I think we would use like tenshu or akiudo. Even in monetization in English is quite it's quite specific. However, it is used. Shueki, like this part here, the first part, just means like revenue, and then ka is kind of like becoming like ification, stuff like that. It's like used as a suffix quite a bit, but so like adding the ification, like revenue-ification, monetization. That's basically the breakdown of how this word works. So how does this play into Hazu, or why would it play into Hazu? I'm actually going to be using it as an example. So Hazu. So Hazu, all you do for Hazu is verb stem, not verb stem. Just like the verb like normal form or the infinitive form. There's not really an infinitive form in Japanese, but just like, you know, just the casual verb casual form plus hazu. And then if you want it to be polite, you would add this polite. So it's basically should be, should have, etc. X. So an example I would give is, in particular when it comes to like streamers and monetization. You look at somebody that has like, you know, 10,000 subs. You look at someone that maybe has like 10,000 subs. Oh, Torokusha is also another thing that uses sha. Actually, I'll add that in too. I'll add that in right now. How about that? Toroku. I'll add that over here because I don't have enough room. Toroku means to like subscribe to. Subscription. So Torokusha is like subscriber. Registrant, I guess, is like the more accurate definition. So let's use this as an example. This この配信者は10,000. We'll get into numbers later. In Japanese there's like there's different denominations in which they have special words for. So we just have 1,000, and then we don't have a special other word for 1,000 until we get to like a million, right? We just say like 10,000, 100,000, and then after that is after the next zero we add, it becomes a million. Japanese works a little bit differently. It goes from sen, like 1,000, to man, which is 10,000, and then normally it's counted in, even a million is counted in like hyakuman, like 100 10,000s, which to us is just a million. After that, I'll get into that like at a different lesson, but yeah, it's just different denominations of it, which gets a little bit confusing for us English speakers. Yeah, I mean, and then at a point they go into oku, which I believe is like 10 million. 100 million. It's 100 million. Yeah, so it gets a little bit confusing, especially when you get to like bigger numbers. If you guys watched One Piece before, all the bounties get like really confusing because they start like throwing in some okus in there. Anyway, we'll just say 10,000 jin. 10,000 jin. 10,000 jin lamau. Torokusha 登録者けど Actually, we'll get into that later. It doesn't really work for the way that this example sentence works. Okay, so 登録者で remember the te form for des is de. We're gonna connect two sentences de. 収益がもう already 取るはず Why can't they just be normal and count like everyone? I mean, they actually base it off of the Chinese counting system. In Chinese, it's actually counted like the same way. It's like the broken denominations into like 1,000, 10,000, then into 100 million. Waffles is being lazy. Why is the paddle? Yeah, that paddle is there for Waffles. Yeah, actually, if you guys do know, well, I guess it's very specific that I happen to know Chinese before Japanese, but if you do know Chinese, you'll find a lot of parallels. You'll also find really weird shit. I'll talk about this after the lesson. I'll remind myself. Run versus walk. EN versus JP. It's a little fun tidbit. I think I've talked about it a little bit before. But anyway, so この配信者は 10,000 jin, or for those of you guys who are those of you guys who want to know, 1万 like 10,000 1万人登録者で収益化も取るはず. So like essentially this streamer has 10,000 subscribers. They should have gotten. This is to get. Toru is to get. Let me just write. So they should have gotten toru hazu. They should have gotten monetization already. Damn Asians. So yeah, this should isn't like you have to or you should do this, but rather just something that should have occurred. It's also used in the same way. My students 私の学生 My students はわかるはず. You guys being my students should know this already. Not necessarily, because I'm just teaching it, but that's just another example sentence I have. Like, you should know this. You should have already known this. So those are the two examples of like should have like already been the case. You can also use it like I should do something, right? So like you should do something, someone should do something. Let me new layer. Then we'll go. Okay. So, yasai o taberu hazu. You should eat your vegetables. I totally know it, but I'm implying I was actually in other streams and it's okay. That's why I keep these short, so that they're easy to go back to and look up for your reference. Yasai o taberu hazu. So like you should eat your vegetables. I should eat my vegetables. It doesn't necessarily mean like you is imperative, but like depending on the context, they'll be like, oh, I should eat my vegetables. I should have eaten. So the way that it works is that this thing, the verb form, it can be past tense as well. So like say you're on your, so this is present, right? Say you're on your deathbed and you're oh wait, not deathbed, past. Say you're on your deathbed and you're dying of complications from heart disease. Then you would say yasai o tabeta hazu. I should have eaten my vegetables. Eat your vegetables, kids. Dying of I was watching this random ass YouTube short, and it was like, hey, how do you say corn in Cantonese? And in Cantonese, I think it's like, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know Cantonese at all. It's like, it sounds like sakma, like, and then like the guy's like, suck my nuts, and then hangs up the Discord call. I'm hearing you say words, but none of them make sense. It's too hot to think. It's all good. You can watch the VOD later for your exam. So yeah, that's Hazu. That's a relatively simple verb form. For whatever reason, this isn't N5 grammar. This is N4 grammar. I don't know why. It's a very like simple, easy to use, and very frequently used grammar. I feel like, I don't know, I would rate this N5, but you know, it's officially on the JLPT website an N4 grammar. I guess just a couple more things. You can also use it. You can also use it instead of using just the verb casual form. You can also use it with an E adjective, a na adjective, just adjectives in general, or noun. Noun no. So it would just be like it should be, you know, it should be a certain adjective. So like, say you got whipped by me using the paddle. And then you'd be like, Nasu sensei yasashi hazu datta, or yasashi hazu da. And then that basically is like, you should have been, I like, Nasu sensei should have been nice. Why is he whipping me? Or like the first example I used, instead of using toru, shuyeki ka toru, shuyeki ka o toru hazu, you can also just say shuyeki no hazu. It should have been like 10,000 subscribers. This streamer has 10,000 subscribers. Monetization should have been already. I like, literally, if you literally translate, it doesn't make much sense, but it does make sense in Japanese. Like shueki ka no hazu. Like they should have already had monetization. That's basically what that sentence would mean. You should have been gentle. You like it hard, baby. Anyway. Next verb form. Nakcha. So, nakcha, nakya, ikenai, ikenakereba naranai is like the full form of the is the full form of the verb, or of this grammar point. So, what does it mean? Nakcha, something, nani nani nakcha. X nakucha. Or X nakya. So basically nakya nakcha are like the casual forms of this grammar point. What happens is you this normally is supposed to be nakereba. Wait. Nakereba. Yeah. So it's supposed to be, if we're gonna be like super polite and proper, nakereba. And I also want to like teach this form just so you guys can understand exactly the etymology between this or for this grammar point. You can something nakereba naranai. Naranai. So, what does this mean? Nakereba, this is actually an if. It's like if not X, and then naranai is like no good. So, if not, no good. Basically, it's like this really like convoluted, like, at least if you translate it to English, right? It's a very convoluted concept. It's like, if I don't eat this, then it's no good. Which ultimately, like, more simply in English, we just say we must do this. We have to do this. It's necessary that we do this. But in Japanese, this grammar form is, if you don't do this, then it's no good. Like, you can't, like, it's not good if you don't do this. And that basically translates into, you have to do this. We have to do this. And then this nakereba naranai is kind of a mouthful. So what happens is even in so nakereba narimasen or nakereba ikemasen. So even in wait, naranai, nakereba naranai, ikenai. Yeah. This is also sometimes used ikenai. Ikenai. Won't do or something like that. That's kind of like the breakdown of like what this is, and this is, I didn't even write what it's for. It's like have to. Fuck. Have. Literally, it's if you don't do X, then if you don't do X, then it's no good. So, let's see, what's a good example of this? So you guys are, hello Ollie, what's up? Welcome to class. So, how will we use this in a sentence? So basically, you would take this becomes the verb te form, except you replace the te. You replace the te with nakucha. So tabe nakucha. So if you must eat this, tabe nakucha. Or let me think about the u form verbs. Awa ai nakucha. No manna. Okay. It's the negative form. Negative form? No ma nakucha. No ma na. No na. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. It's verb negative form. Because nakereba is like not, like if you don't do it, right? So what happens is this has to be verb negative form. So nasu o. Actually, you guys remember that meme? You have to eat all the eggs. Let's do that. So some quick vocab right here. Let me make sure I know how to write tamago. Okay, yeah. Tamago. Tamago. Tamago, egg. And then also zenbu. Zenbu, all. So, you must eat all the eggs. you don't have to tell me what happened, but you must eat all these eggs. Zenbu. We can use that. We can use zenbu. この卵。この卵を全部食べなくちゃ。食べる is a ru verb, so we take off the ru to make it a negative form. 食べなくちゃ。食べなくちゃ. So 食べなくちゃ is just kind of like the short form of it. You'll often hear just in the casual form 食べなくちゃ. But でも if you want to be polite, if you want to use it in a more polite sense, then you would have to add on いけません at the end. So 食べなくちゃいけません。食べなくてはなりません。食べなくてはいけません。But I'm just gonna use it here in the casual form because that's mostly what you'll be hearing. But I don't want to eat the eggs. No. The correct response is, why are you doing this? That's what the original image is. Remember? So この卵を全部食べなくちゃ. You must eat all the eggs. For my next exam, 勉強しなくちゃね. You must study for my next test. 次のテストはDo I remember how to fucking write the benkyo kanji? It's a very unnecessarily long kanji that I like kind of don't remember off the top of my head. Benkyo. So する benkyo する benkyo して しない that's the negative form 勉強しない take off the ない しなくちゃ勉強しなくちゃ You must study for the next test. You must study. Thank you. このナスを全部食べなくちゃ Yeah, you must eat all of the eggplant. I can wing it. So yeah, that's nakucha. It's only you can only really use it. You can only really use it with verbs. You can also say, "Oh, I gotta go now." Hey Jordan, that's up. Thanks for dropping by. So like so I have so 今日2時に午後2時 2 p.m. 2時に会議あるから I have a meeting at 2. そろそろ行かなくちゃ So I have to get going soon. that's basically me telling you guys 午後2時に会議があるからそろそろ行かなくちゃ I have to go soon. Yeah, so that's like it's a short lesson today. Like I did only prepare these 2 points. I do actually have a meeting, which is lucky because I think I ended up preparing just the right amount of material. One quick little tidbit, I guess, the little like trivia thing that I talked about, run versus walk. So you'll know that well, if you guys know, you'll know that Chinese and Japanese share a lot of the same characters, and many of them mean the same thing. So this character, this is kind of getting into like a little bit of Zhongwen Chinese. This character is 学, to learn, and then in Japanese it's gaku, or kind of like implying like school, study, whatnot. Gaku. Same basic meaning, same character. In traditional Chinese, it's something stupid like this. Traditional Chinese is that's no good. When you use nakya, nakcha, they're interchangeable. They're just you'll hear it being said differently. I don't know if it's like a regional difference, or if it's just like a preference thing. But you'll hear nakya, nakcha. There's like no real difference between the two. But again, same, and then also same thing with ikenai and naranai. Also just preference. They both mean the same exact thing. I'm really bad at speaking understand yet. All good. That's what these lessons are for. So yeah, this means the same thing. And basically, the characters, like the derived root of the characters, they mean the same thing. However, this character gets a little bit silly. In Japanese, this is we learned this. This is aruku. Aruku. This means to walk. Right? In Chinese, this is pao. Is it pao? Is it pao? Oh no. Okay, so it's not pao, it's bu. It's bu. Used in a word called pao bu, and that means to run. and then here in Chinese, this is 走. This is to walk. And here in Japanese, this is hashiru. Hashiru, which is to run. Enjoy. So, there's a little bit of differences between Japanese and Chinese. Sometimes they're like hilarious, like they just mean the exact opposite things. And sometimes they're like the exact same word. I don't know why. I don't know how this came to be. Like maybe someone fucked up, like sending us like a scroll, like a translation scroll back in like the fucking like 300 BC or some shit. I don't know. Like, like I don't know how the fuck that happened. But, or it's just like, oh, those like the Japanese are like, oh, those darn Chinese. We're gonna fuck with them just by completely changing, switching around the meanings of these words. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, That's basically it for today's lesson. It's a little bit short. Sorry if I need to get some work done, and if I do have some time after the meeting, maybe I'll Gary in the afternoon. Maybe I'll Gary in the afternoon, right? Leading up to Nia stream, because I did download Tower of Fantasy, and I kind of want to I kind of don't want to what do you call it? I don't want to like launch it and make my character off stream. So you guys get my raw reaction to this new game. Maybe I should just make a whole stream for it. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, let me bring you to my end screen. Arigatou gozaimasu, Peen sensei. Yukichi Reikyu. Thank you so much for coming. Kite kurete arigatou. Do itashimashite. Raw Peen will. Okay, so let me bring you guys to my end screen. So tomorrow, 10 a.m. I will be doing animation again. Although, depending on what happens today, depending on like I don't know, if I don't get time to stream or like do a Gary stream of Tower of Fantasy, maybe I'll start off tomorrow with some Tower of Fantasy, then I'll get into animation. Because I feel like the first few hours of me waking up is like. Your first few hours of me waking up is always kind of like I don't get anything done anyway, so I might as well play games. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then Sunday I'll be karaoke on Twitch. Yeah, I still don't have redirects, so we'll just leave it that. If you guys want to check out a stream, check out Nori's Donathon. She's still going on. Otsunasu, everybody. I will see you hopefully later today. Definitely later today at Nia stream. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Otsunasu, thank you guys for coming.